everyone, and welcome to the stream. And I think I've got sound in the background. Somewhere. No? Maybe not. Okay. Hi everyone, and welcome to the stream. I realised just as I was playing the intro that I've still got dildos in the background and not a Halloween-y picture theme. But hang on, it's just party decorations, and I love a good party, especially when you're naked. So, you know, that witchy nakedness where you've got to have your good dildo out is so much a part of Halloween, I think. So, yeah, I think we'll stick with
That's how you know it's a real party, is if all the dildos and naked are out.
Yeah, that's
This
right.
is true.
That's exactly why. So, hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Chesh. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Claire. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
Thank you guys for joining me. This is awesome. And thank you for all the naked goodness that we've got on here for our chat. So, yeah. How are you all?
Halloween!
It's Halloween, yeah.
Halloween, yeah. We're starting the weekend.
Yeah.
With the
You should be
zombies.
eating candy, Chesh.
Mm.
I've
This
got a
may
big
as well
bag
be
of popcorn
candy.
somewhere.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. Oh, that works.
Oh, that's candy. Yeah,
That's candy, yeah.
That's candy.
That's my kind of candy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want some.
Starch, fat, and salt. Numb.
Mmm. So
I got no
good.
comment for any of this.
Oh, yeah.
No, you gotta
Oh,
have
hey,
good
Pumpkin.
food. Good food and good people. That's always the best, isn't it?
That's what really makes a party. Good food, good
Mhm.
people, good drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Purple, what's the link?
Absolutely.
Hey, again. How you doing?
Good.
What's our topic today? Is it just spooky?
No, it's spooky crap and anything else we want to talk about, and maybe some of the weird bullshit that's been going on this week. Because some
I
of it's-
certainly saw the spookiest thing that I was like, this is a Halloween prank, right? And it's
Yeah.
Matt Powell hanging out with Kent Hovind with their matching unitards.
Oh, what was the point in that?
They live together now. Matt Powell moved to Dinosaur Adventureland.
Yeah, I know, but
Really?
What?
what?
Yeah.
I
Wow.
thought that was all a joke. Oh my god.
No, it's real.
They
Maybe
are
Matt's
lovers.
going to be Kent's fifth wife.
That's what people have been saying.
Yeah.
That maybe Matt's getting married to Kent. He's got competition.
Maybe Matt's going to come out as trans.
No, he can't come out as gay. He knows that. He's advocating for his own death, and that's just like advanced suicide.
It is.
Suicide with a
Decade
lot of
twist.
extra steps.
As Lone Wanderer says, they are special friends now.
Yeah.
That's like
Better
that
put
little,
that one in quotes. Yeah.
like that little thing that was going around Twitter for a while. Somebody made a forgery of the BBS title for a tweet, and wrote for the news that Glinner has come out as trans. Yeah, whatever.
Well, Glenna did show up on a stream pretending to be trans, just to own trans people, and said basically every single gender critical trope. It's like,
That's-
cell phone.
It's just cringy.
It's cringe. Yeah, it's pure as cringe.
yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm just frustrated as heck. No matter what I say to those turfs and GCs, I can't get them to chase me and follow and try to harass me in Twitter.
You're trying too hard. They know.
Smitty wants you to
Yeah,
cover up a
it's-
shoulder chesh. Apparently, Smitty's getting a bit too turned on.
Oh, shit.
Yes, you do realize that you're as white as your headphones, don't you?
Yeah, you actually look whiter than me, Chesh. That's dreadful.
Mhm.
I'm a goblin. I live in the basement in Canada. Like, I don't see the sun.
Hey, Purple.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, probably don't want to go into that.
Herp, you
Aw.
don't,
No secret.
Herp, you don't have to come on camera, but you do have to be naked.
I already said there was no
easy.
requirement that anyone had to be naked.
I think you only
Well,
said that It was before anybody else got in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's too late now. I'm not gonna go put clothes on. It's ridiculous.
No.
It's just
Besides, I
not-
love your
Yeah.
costume, Claire. Your costume looks awesome.
Oh, do you? You like me in green? Don't I look
Yeah,
good
yeah,
in
you look
green
great
with
in
all my?
green.
Yeah. These are
Hold
my
on,
also. I also got my avatar augmented for this one too, but they're not double G's. I think they're only I think they only got up to E's.
Cash is the one who's got double cheese.
No, that's cheese. Oh, what? That was.
Don't,
I know I'm tired.
don't drop
that
any
was
food
funny.
on yourself, Cash. That's the only thing, especially if it's hot.
There you go. How do
Wink.
Chesh.
Wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, nipple in the mouth.
Yeah,
and-
they all. I think half the chat just fell out, Chesh. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I've seen better.
Oh, God. Oh, my
You're
God.
bad.
Hey, we're not
Claire.
gonna,
Oh, I've been covered in mac and cheese. What do I do?
we're not
Oh,
gonna
my. This
we're
is
not
like,
gonna get tested
okay.
for pedophilia here with chess being 17. Right?
Oh, God, it's like we're writing a
Oh.
fantasy here. Yeah.
Cream
How many
cheese.
years you
Spray
keep at 17?
cheese, and you get the guy to lick it off. It's simple. All good.
No, I hate spray cheese, though. Ugh.
Yeah,
It's
but you're
like,
not
not
one-
even cheese.
You're not the one who has to
But
eat
that's
it,
not-
Claire. It's your partner.
Yeah, but I don't want to poison. I don't want to poison my partner with
You got,
like fake cheese shit.
you gotta treat,
As someone who,
treat the
Someone who
cheese
comes
as
from-
if it's like the hot drip wax.
Exactly. There
Well,
you
no,
go.
if
You,
you
like
get-
get some
If you're
some
gonna do
soft
that, you get a
shredded
fondue
cheese.
set,
Yeah.
and you just turn it up just enough to melt the cheese, and then you get.
There you go. But
Yeah.
but please use real cheese, people. Like don't ruin the cheese. Like you know,
I'm
don't
also-
ruin the-
who comes from the dairy state in the United States,
Yeah.
please do not call anything in a can cheese.
I'm also, yeah, fair.
Not even
I'm also
kidding.
thinking of like instead of using melted cheese or canned cheese, I'm thinking of the cheese slices that make that glorious slap sound when you throw it at somebody. Just get those as
Oh.
pasties on your tits.
Oh no! Are you talking about fake cheese slices? Like they're the best.
Yeah, like the crab-
Oh,
Because let me tell you-
we make a bra out of one that you get it. You get full coverage.
You would have
there.
to because you have to do anything but eat that shit. Like you have to like wear it, slap it on people, decorate your bathroom with it or your room or whatever. But do not eat that stuff. It's like oh my
Well,
god.
your partner's got you
For the
standing
record.
there, and your partner's trying to hit the target.
When I was in high school, we would get like one slice of it for lunch sometimes, as a side thing for lunch, and we would sit at the lunch table and we would try to throw them up at the ceiling hard enough to stick. And eventually, we got some to stick, and they stayed there for an entire year.
You know, for the record, I hate you all because I've been trying to eat and you've been making me laugh while I'm eating.
Mhm.
Are you eating cheese though, Nikki? Are you eating cheese?
It's got cheese in it.
Well, that works. That works.
Passable.
It wasn't there. There's
Taco
a
Bell, I
line
mean-
in the Christmas Carol about how ghosts could be an undigested piece of cheese, isn't there?
The lone wanderer said, I'm
Yep.
all for the finer things in life, so I would serve brie on my coochie. Hell yeah, brie's the
Hell yeah, Brie. There you go. Now you're talking real cheese. Yeah, we
Did
could
you guys
definitely do
ever
that.
read about the lady who was baking bread with her like coochie yeast because she had a yeast infection?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
What?
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Really?
Is this a real
It wasn't-
story?
Okay, we
Is
It
this
wasn't
true?
just one
crossed off.
woman.
Where-
It
oh,
became a
God.
trend in social media for a while.
Really?
Oh,
I mean,
trend?
That's worse than making
Yeah.
ice cream from your breast milk.
When you-
I saw
Where the
comments
hell
from
have I
at least
been?
half a dozen women claiming they had done it.
Surely. Surely. Oh, God. I could imagine Gwyneth Paltrow, though. I mean, come on, she.
Well, it's like
Handle
not
that
only is
smells
it
of
coming
it.
from a
No!
Why couldn't you- come on, it's breast milk. What's wrong with it?
Where have I been? Like under a rock? How did I miss this? A whole trend and everything? Like, wow. Like,
I can find the article. I just have to move
Claire's
past
just
my-
thinking, I wonder what
oh, yeah.
recipes I
You know,
could use it
Cheshire-
in.
no, no, I'm like, no, because yeast is nasty. But no, Chesh, send it. Yeah, and I could just see a whole mayhem moment there, man. I'm going, my brain's going
Yeah.
overtime.
I'm
Yeah.
sure if you do Google search that says Florida and bread yeast, you'll find it. That's,
Okay, thank you, Jenny. I will.
But Jenny, since you
Florida
brought
will
up breast
be-
milk, I
This
also
blogger
saw
could-
some things about women using the breast milk to make cheese.
Found it. I Google searched yeast infection bread.
God, yeast infected
Yeah.
bread. Oh my god. No.
This blogger
Oh my
prepared. This blogger prepared sourdough bread with the yeast from her vagina.
oh,
Well, I guess it would be sourdough.
Mm.
yeah, what?
If she's got a
The
yeast
horror of this-
infection, it might be a bit fishy too.
Yeah.
The horror of the bread
Oh.
preparation got the
I don't
blogger
I
grabbed
don't
all
know.
the attention and along with the comments of disgust around food hygiene. One of her first
Yeah.
tweets about how the yeast infection fermented the bread. So she posted, "It's alive." Apart from that, she also documented a post on her blog, Another Angry Woman. That's the name of her blog. How the social media responded to the idea of her bizarre sourdough bread.
She could
Oh
market
my
it
god.
as tuna bread.
Next
Oh.
on her list, hold on. She further plans to experiment and bake more appetizing delicacies using her yeast extract.
Oh.
So if that wasn't bizarre enough for you, then new ones will be way more disgusting. We will be ready to abandon your love of pizza and bagels as they are yet to be prepared as an epitome
Don't touch the pizza. Oh my god, no.
Okay,
no,
I finally
no,
found
she
something
can't.
worse than pineapple on pizza.
Oh, please, oh no, so no,
But you
I took
could
a
put
beating.
pineapple on the yeast pizza.
Oh, don't, no,
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah. No, you see, I'm gonna get beat up about my pizza here too. This is just wrong. This
This
is
is why nobody invites me anywhere.
This is
She could do a whole line of different bread-like products with that, and you should like advertise. People love my muffin, you know.
Love my muffin.
Listen, I just know. I hope I don't know this person. I don't want to know this person. I'm not
The
eating.
marketing
anything
writes
in the house.
itself.
I'm having trust issues now. If she did that, like I'm
Do you
not.
like a
I'm not eating
cupcake,
anything
Claire?
from there. No, I most certainly would not like a cupcake from her because yeast feeds on sugar. God knows what's in that cupcake now. My God, it's like gonna give birth to an alien. for
Have
sure.
a sticky bun.
No, it's a new meaning of the word sticky bun. Yeah, it's got a whole new meaning now.
Well, let's not.
So I mean, if you wanted to like give people joke baking for Halloween, I guess have a yeast infection since March.
Oh,
So you have to collect
fermented.
that much yeast.
Yeah. Age to a fine perfection.
So she made a
Oh my God.
sourdough bread.
Yeah,
Okay.
sourdough bread.
Do you think
Okay,
she
so
kept
she
any
didn't-
for- Do you think she kept any for a starter batch?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
like
for
the-
sure.
Oh, of
Hey,
course.
could
Oh.
For sure.
She could brew
So
beer.
now I want to know.
She could brew beer from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could. Yeah.
I like okay. So you're gonna laugh at this lady, but imagine if it was Bella Delphine that did it.
Do we have to? Do we have?
I'm just saying, if she was gonna
Oh.
market her yeast and be like, "Gamer boys love my muff," like
Hey, well, I'm just gonna have to.
Excel.
She
I'm
could
gonna
make it
research.
She could make it into
Cool.
a beer recipe and name the beer. It's yellow for a reason.
I wonder if we could tweak the kombucha recipe to be using this technique. That would make it quite different. The fermented tea.
yeah. No,
Yeah?
I'm stuck.
No?
My brain is stuck on beer.
Beer.
Your beer, yeah, because it's like
Peach beer.
it's bubbling, it's growing. And did she run any experiments on how long the bread stayed fresh before it turned and things like that to see if this yeast was
Hey,
superior
listen,
to
I
other
left
yeast?
the article in the live chat. If you want to do more research, that's
They're
all
going-
on you.
There
I
goes
would
my
have-
nerdy brain getting boink. Like, I want to know, how long did the bread last? When did it mold? Like, is this yeast superior? Like, what's going on here?
Well, the
I
thing
would
is,
have no problem with women making beer out of it, because there is very little chance I would accidentally put beer in my mouth.
so that would be the other thing too, right? It's like if you're making a beer brand, especially since like how many celebrities make stuff just based off of their name, right? So you've got like Goop exists, so you can get a candle that smells like Drake or whatever if you wanted to. So what if it was just like Yeast by Amy Carrero? Or it's like it's a beer brand that's just like the taste of Kardashian. And you'd have like different beers based on each Kardashian yeast infection beer.
Well, maybe it's already been
Oh,
I
Like
shared a
Slim
link in the live chat. There is a company
Bud-
yeah.
called the Order of Yoni that has actually created an artisanal beer from the brewed yeast of vaginas.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup.
Okay.
The
Wow.
company called the Order of Yoni.
On their advertising, she is in the beer, literally.
Oh,
God.
she is in the beer. Oh my god.
Wait. Hey, Jen, can you see in the chat Ricardo is changing the name of all the bread products? It's hysterical. There's Puchetta, Volvet, Vagabata. It's pretty. I was like, oh my god.
There's,
That's
there's a local,
funny.
there's a local,
Yeah, Ricardo, that was good.
there's a local bakery up here that could help mass produce it and market it for her. The name of the bakery, honest to God, is Bimbo Bakeries.
Bimbo Bakery. Yeah, you were posting pics about Bimbo.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, Rule 38, if you can think of it, somebody's done it.
Mm. I'll just.
God.
It's pretty dreadful.
Let's try not to think about toe jam. Okay. That's-
Toe jam.
Oh, that would be so
I need to
gross.
know. I need to know how to get in on this. I want to make Cheshire beer,
Oh.
goblin flavored yeast beer. Give me this. I'm gonna make this.
You gotta make
Challenge accepted. Yeah.
I want to work on the ad campaign for that, Chesh. Like,
The
my
Yes.
mind
problem
is
is, Chesh,
exploding.
having
Yes.
to have the yeast infection for a couple of months. I mean, the
Yeah.
yeast infections are not pleasant.
You're gonna see me. I'm gonna be sitting in my chair on streams, and I'm just gonna be squishing and
And somebody
Squishing
goes,
and
why
just,
is Chesh moving around so much? She's getting a beer ready.
Well, well,
She's
Kyle
brewing.
was on. She's brewing. Kyle was
She's
on
brewing.
cocaine. People are like, "Does Katie do this thing?" And it's gonna be like, "Is Cheshire on drugs?" No, she's just got a yeast infection. She's making us all beer. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a thing now, isn't it? Yeah. Anytime we see any woman on stream moving around, we go, she's making beer. She's got a
Making
brew on.
beer.
Beer coming. Oh, coming. Oh.
Guys,
This
if
is why I'm
your
on my-
girlfriend's moving around like that, if you want to get drunk real quick, just go down on her.
There you go.
Oh,
Nikki,
oh,
what is that?
oh my
Oh,
God.
it's
Starcraft.
a wallpaper / logo I'm working on.
Oh, I thought it was a new vibrator. Never mind.
Cool, Nikki.
Wow.
It probably
That would be
could
some
be-
vibrator.
Yeah.
Cool.
Probably could be used as one. It is oddly shaped in that shape. So
It's got little
I
layers
feel
that
like
can
that
shoot
it
the
looks
yeast
a little
infection.
bit over. It looks a little bit overtuned.
Yeah.
The helicopter
Oh.
blades make it automatically spin if you can spread it wide enough.
they don't spin.
Oh. Well, there you go.
They move, but they don't
Mhm.
spin.
Hmm.
I actually knew what Lone Wanderer was talking about. Yeah, the Vegemite and Marmite are not allowed in prisons in Australia because it's too
Oh,
easy
because-
to brew to make.
Oh, because they
alcohol
made the
from.
ferment. Because they're fermented. Yeah, you could
Yeah.
make it. Oh, you could turn.
And the
Oh.
yeast contents are high in both of those, so it's really easy to get. You can use Vegemite to make bread, which is kind of cool.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're basically
think I would
concentrated
rather do
yeast
that.
anyway. So
Yeah,
do
I
not
think I'd
wipe
rather do that than
Vegemite
the
on
other.
your coochie because you'll just get a yeast infection.
No. You're just going to increase the yeast
Yeah,
for
you're
the
just going to
next
increase
bread.
the yeast,
yeah.
and it's the wrong sort of yeast. So
Now, if you would use pineapple, then this whole thing would be over. This is my,
So I
this is
did
my
see
plug.
a TikTok video, and the TikTok video was an entire pizza where all the ingredients were pineapple.
All the
Wow.
ingredients were pineapple?
Yeah, so they made the crust with pineapple. Everything
Okay.
was pineapple.
and they
Yeah,
made a
whole
pineapple
thing.
sauce for it.
Yes, everything was pineapple. Everything was
See,
made of pineapple.
See, that's
I'd like
ruining
a-
the whole pineapple pizza thing because
I'd like a
it's
pineapple
just
pizza with anchovies.
Looks like you're
well
about
because
to go cooking,
you do
Jen.
Nikki, you do need salt, so that's not a bad idea
hat.
because the whole idea is the sweet and salt and the sour and the savory. So you gotta have the pineapple with the salt, and I use chilies because I like the heat. And then just maybe red peppers, or I use pickled onions for the sour. It's just good.
If
It's
the
just
whole
really
thing
good.
was pineapple, that's not a problem. The problem is that pineapple should never come in contact with any tomato-based product.
No, there's no tomato on a pineapple pizza. Not where I'm from. No, not in my house. Not in my vicinity that I know of. That's sacrilege. Like, I'm on the East Coast, man. There'd be a whole bunch of Italians that would like take you out. You put pineapple on the sauce pizza. That would be it.
The last pineapple pizza I had no tomato on it.
Yeah, no, they don't normally, like, even if you get a Hawaiian, it's ham and pineapple, but it's a white sauce or white cheeses. It's not there's no tomato.
I mean,
If there's
Okay.
tomato, it's fresh.
All right, I
It's
found
fresh
the-
was
tomato.
red.
Uh,
The sauce was red, but it was not tomato sauce.
Yeah,
What was it?
if you order a Hawaiian pizza in most places, you get the same crust and sauce, and they just put ham and pineapple on it. That's wrong.
Jen, I put the link in the chat if you wanted the internal chat if you want to watch it. I made pizza with every ingredient pineapple.
Oh wow, cool.
Mhm.
I will
Yeah,
do that.
so-
I can't see the internal chat at the moment.
Oh, I'll put it in the external chat too. Here you go, guys. If you guys want to watch it, it's on Reddit.
Can you share it on screen?
I can
It's
present.
gotta be like
Can't,
a- that would be
Jenny,
like
'cause
a-
I'm using OBS.
That would be
Mm.
like a
I
dessert
haven't got it set
pizza,
up.
Chesh, like one of those crazy things that they call a dessert pizza, like, because it's all fruit, right? It's just all sweet. So that's not.
I don't know.
really
I always
pizza.
thought like dessert pizzas were basically made into almost entirely out of chocolate and like caramel mostly.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm
Yeah,
not-
well, I've seen fruit and cheese
it shouldn't
ones,
be
like,
called pizza.
kind of. No, it's not pizza.
No, I've seen some that were basically like a giant cinnamon roll, and sometimes they had some fruit on them.
Cinnamon rolls are fucking good, especially if you have like the proper cream cheese.
Oh,
White
no.
goop. What's it called? Icing. There we go.
A roux
cheese
or a white
icing.
sauce or something.
White goop.
Yeah,
Goop.
like having a
Yeah.
roux or a white sauce.
Yeah.
One of my most absolutely
Mm.
favorite tastes is like the apple pie filling, except not with apple pie, or not as apple pie, but that filling with extra cinnamon in it, and the crumb top that you.
Oh, and the crumble, yeah, and a crumble top,
Brown,
yeah,
brown
like a streusel, yeah, like a streusel, like a crumb cake top.
It's
Yeah.
just beyond wonderful.
Well, if we're gonna talk food, and it's Halloween, why don't we talk everyone's favorite candies?
Okay.
What kind of
I'm-
candy?
Like, I mean, when Americans talk about candy, you mean just about anything, including chocolates and things like that, don't you, Clay?
Okay.
No, I
No, you
don't, because
don't?
I'm a
Okay.
candy snob. No, I'm a snob.
You're
Like,
a
I
snob.
mean, what could I tell you? No,
Me too.
chocolate is not in candy. Chocolate is a food group. Like, fight me. Go ahead.
It's a food- it's one of the 5 food groups from the food pyramid. You gotta have
Exactly.
your chocolate.
And this bear will fight you on that. Chocolate, like, don't mess with the chocolate. Chocolate is all on its own. Don't put it in with candy. Don't put it in with anything else. It's a standalone survival food. Goes with everything. And
Chocolate
and
comes
it-
from a bean. It is therefore a vegetable.
There you go. Just something like that, but it's not candy. And I'm like, I don't like a lot of them overly sweet. Here in America, we have really, really sweet, tasteless candy. There's nothing but sugar, 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 sugar. I don't like that.
Yeah, too
Like-
much sugar is.
Yeah,
nah.
yeah. I guess I could be. I might get kicked out. The more I stream on YouTube, the more people are saying I'm not an American. Like they're actually petitioning to get me the fuck out of here because
Come to Australia, Claire. We'll have you.
yeah, I wish I could. I'm trying to get adopted to the UK at permanently, but it's not going well right
You can
now.
come hang out with me if you want.
Yeah,
Well,
go to
you're
Canada.
closer. I could drive to you. Dash. Because, but I don't like sugary candy. Like my favorite candy is lemon drops. They're very very
yeah.
tart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Or-
so I
Or
don't
barley
belong here.
sugars.
I don't.
Barley sugars are nice too.
Yeah, I like butterscotch, like real old fashioned butterscotch. I like English toffee. See what I mean? It's a trend. They want me out, man.
I don't think I have a favorite candy, but I definitely go in spurts. I have addictions that come and go. Right now, I'm completely
You
junked out on
binge.
dots. Dots, those gum
The
drops,
little-
soft,
The
droppy
little
things.
soft ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I like candy.
I
that
like those when they're
contains
made with
sherbet.
real. Oh yeah, I
Like
do that.
we have fruit tingles in Australia. I don't know if you've got similar thing there,
Mhm.
but they're basically like a little round
Do-
lolly. You put it on your tongue, and the sherbet comes out, and it
Right,
tingles
and in the right, they don't call them like sherbet here. It's like a little can, I know what you. I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out what to call it because I know what you're talking about. I had this whole lecture from my friend about sherbet and candy like just a couple of weeks ago. I think it would be most like something like a sweet tart, but not like more sugary and. Sweet.
You mean like a sweet tart, like the American sweet tart? Because sweet tart are different in Canada. Sweet
Mhm.
tarts are like a sour like a sour card candy, and
Yeah.
from what I know, sweet tarts are
They-
rockets in America.
It's
And
it's
rockets
it's
are
hard
chocolate.
and when it gets wet, it dissolves really quick.
It's
It's
the
like a
chocolate,
compressed.
right?
That
no,
sounds
no,
like a
yeah, it's like a
penis,
pro-
you know,
a compressed-
Claire.
a
It's
compressed
hard, and then
powder.
it gets wet,
No,
and it just dissolves.
no. It doesn't. It just like dissolves to nothing though, so it's very much not.
Yeah,
but,
so
it's
yeah,
it's
sweet
like a
tarts in
compressed
Canada-
powder, like
Yeah,
a compressed
so-
powder, and as soon as it gets wet, it kind of dissolves. Yeah.
yeah, in Canada, those are called rockets. They come in the little like the little semi-clear package, and they're like little round boys.
Mhm.
Sweet tarts in Canada are actually a hard candy that are not nearly as chalky, and they're also bigger. And they're sweet tarts. They're a little bit sour. They're a little bit sweet. They melt eventually if you just suck on them long enough. But
Yeah.
and then there's
Everything
Smarties.
Everything
I'm
melts
in the wrong state of mind for this chat.
No, you're not.
Are you
You
ever in the
lie
right
to
state of mind
yourself.
there, Nikki?
Mhm.
I don't know candies. So I like the taste of sour keys, but I hate eating them because they get stuck in your teeth and they drive me crazy. I do like gummies. So like little like the red that are dark red and light red little raspberry candies. Those
Yeah.
are super
Mhm.
good.
I like them when they're made with like real fruit juice, like
Yeah.
and not
Yeah,
yeah.
proper jelly
good
candies.
shit.
Soft,
I don't-
soft-scented
I don't
ones.
like-
Have you had those where the outer is but the center is still soft? Oh, they're yummy.
Yes, I like that. Yeah.
I
I
like
don't like gummies. They're like they got during manufacture they got stuck somewhere between soft candy like dots and rubber.
but there's certain
But
like
snakes, you got eat a
Dumb.
snake.
there are some gummies I like and some gummies I don't. There's certainly like better quality gummies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
I
like
got
the
a
ones
container
that
of
come
Drunky
in-
Bears in the fridge.
Yeah,
They're
Or
gummy
like,
bears that have been soaking in vodka for over a week.
those
Oh,
are
I've never
super
done that.
good. No, have you tried it with a Skittles? You take you get a bunch of Skittles and you separate out the colors, right?
Okay.
Then you put the different colors in different like jugs, and then you fill it with vodka, and the candy coming from the Skittle will come off into the vodka. Then you strain it, take out all the little candies because you don't actually give a shit about the
Okay.
candies, and you get
Skittles-
the flavor color of.
Right.
Yep.
So it's
In-
sweeter and it's
Colored.
colored. Yeah,
Oh,
we've
that
done
sounds
that.
nice.
And then sometimes they're different flavors because
Mhm.
if you gotta get Skittles, they're different flavors depending on the color.
We soak cherries in vodka.
Cherry blasters, cherry blaster, fucking vodka. Hell yeah!
Oh, it's called. It's done all over the place, and everybody has their own name for it. We call it cherry bounce.
Cherry blasters are okay. So this is the thing: cherry blasters, fuzzy peaches, all those like Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
I don't like that they get stuck in my teeth. Just don't.
hmm I don't.
Just
I don't like if they get stuck there either. But you know, because then you're just messing around with your tongue on that. You know, and
All day.
all making awkward faces for the rest of the day, no matter what you do. Yeah, that's
Not a
like-
fan.
You could try this thing called a toothpick.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's not.
it's not. It doesn't help. It's like it's stuck. Like you could brush and you still feel like it's there.
It lives there now.
It's like the forever stuck piece of candy. Yeah.
I try to. Does anybody actually like candy corn? I don't know if I've met it.
Well, I was gonna bring it up. Like that's a big war thing. Like I think that's not even candy. What is that stuff? It's like wax and something. I don't know. What is that? It's like oh.
The world
It's like
may never
wax
know.
and sugar. That's what it tastes like.
I-
to me, is wax and sugar.
I
Oh,
like
it's.
candy.
I'm sorry, Jenny, but this
I
okay.
mean, I don't want to eat lots of it. You know, if a few here and there are okay. But
I do
don't-
not
don't-
eat very much candy. I tend to be far more of a savory style. I like stuff that's like sour and salty. So I
like-
tend towards chips and stuff like that far more often. But I am very like on point with my candy. Ring pops? Hell yeah.
Okay,
Ring
with
pops.
candy corn.
Yeah.
Camper.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Oh my
Classic.
god, I haven't seen a ring pop in like forever. Oh my, forever. Oh,
What about
wow.
the
Covered
Tootsie
candy
Pops?
corn. Do you know anyone who likes those circus peanuts?
No.
I've never had them.
That's like eating styrofoam. Yeah. It's like
Yeah, they're not much different from the packing material.
my brother is obsessed with them. He would just like he would be so happy for every holiday. That's what we have to get him. You know, and the only reason I got him off candy corn, my brother, is that he decided he could eat all the candy corn like forever, and all he wanted was candy corn. So I bought him like 20 bags one year and made him eat them all, and he's never eaten candy corn since. So
Okay,
he's
yeah.
done.
I'm gonna, I'm
'Cause
gonna
it's so
get into it. I'm gonna get into it with Smitty because that's just wrong. Ring pops are not lollipops with a gimmick. Lollipops are an entirely different kind of
They are.
candy. They're
Because
completely
they're right. Isn't it harder? A ring pop is harder. It's clearer, and the flavor is it's
Yeah,
not as
and-
sweet either.
You've also got there are different kinds of lollipops. There's like the big swirly boys, right? Like the big fucking things. Then
Like the
you've got-
circus ones.
Yeah, like the
Mhm.
big circus ones. Then you've got like the ones that you get at Halloween that are like they're kind of like shaped like Mario coins.
Oh
Know
yeah.
what I mean? And then you've also got things like Tootsie Pops. And Tootsie Pops are not, they're like a hard candy wrapped around like a chewy pop part, like a Tootsie part. Because you got the chocolate ones that match with like the chocolate Tootsie rolls, but then you have other flavors that still have that like kind of chocolate Tootsie in the middle. And so you get, listen, they're just different. Then you've got ones that like are close to that sour chalky candy that are they're not, I don't know if I would consider them a lollipop, but they're like the same kind of like it's candy on a stick. And then sometimes you get ones that have gum in the middle. How do we feel about Jawbreakers and Gobstoppers?
Hmm.
I like
Oh.
chocolate.
Gobstoppers
I
are
like-
right
I think-
occasionally. I like the
think
ones
it's
that are
dentist
scented with
invented
bubble gum,
them.
so you get through the hard outer shell, and then you've got bubble gum on the inside. So
Yeah,
There's
definitely a
ones that
dentist
have,
invented them.
the multi flavors as you go into them, like the big baseball
Mhm.
boys. And okay,
Years to eat.
yes, and I cannot. They make my teeth buzz. I'm like, this is just. I'm just licking sugar. I don't know what's
Oh.
Yeah,
happening.
you may as well just have a spoon of it at that point.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It'd be a lot easier.
I mean, at that
Then
point,
there
I'd
was-
rather go and buy a block of chocolate. You get the same sort of sugar hit, but it
That's
tastes
right.
nicer.
Like I don't, and I'm not a big fan of like the overly sweet chocolates. Like that we have chocolate covered a lot of stuff here in America, like chocolate covered peanut, like goobas and raisinets. But the chocolate they use is really, really, really sweet. So it's not I'm not a fan of it. Or Tootsie Rolls, like that's not even chocolate. Like I
I
don't know what
really
that is.
like.
It's like chocolate flavored something.
I really like Reasons, but
Mhm.
they also get stuck in your teeth if you're not careful with them. It's
Yeah,
just
they
like,
do,
"Ugh."
right? Because they're just like, and they get stuck with like thin too, right, Chesh? Like a little, like a almost like a
Yes.
hair. It's disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
the worst. What's okay? Is cotton candy candy?
No, it's
No.
sugar.
No.
Well, all candy is sugar.
No. Yeah, but cotton candy's worse. It's pure.
It's
Pure
pure
cotton-
sugar, just
Yeah.
mixed with
It is
Yeah,
spun
coloring
sugar.
it.
That's
actually.
all it is.
Yeah,
It's
cotton
just
candy is
candy,
literally
just
just
sugar.
sugar and food coloring.
But then, would that not make cotton candy the purest form of candy?
No, it would make it a fun form of sugar. because
Yeah.
because although sugar is an ingredient of candy, it is not the only.
Not the only ingredient.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's not the main
alright.
flavor.
So,
Candy, some
ah,
candy,
look, I'm using debate theory here. Where it was
Look
all-
at you guys using logic and reason against me. What is
Did we? Yeah, naked and everything. Oh my God, it's like, oh, there you go.
I have the ultimate candy that
What?
I'm a fan of all the time. And I will always choose them if they're on the shelf. Necco wafers.
Oh, see, now that's a thing like a sweet
Never heard of
tart,
them.
but it's not a sweet tart. That's that compressed powder. I know what you're talking about, but they're very old. That's
Necco
real old
wafers
school,
are
Jenny.
colored
You're right.
chalk.
Mhm.
They've been around for 150 years.
By the way,
Mhm.
Jenny, your microphone's
What
making
are they?
underwater sounds.
Like a
Yeah.
crackly to me,
Yeah.
like a crackly.
Think about it.
How do you spell that? Because I'm gonna look these things up. What are they?
Necco. Necco.
Oh,
CC.
Necco
Oh.
wafers. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've never had these before. Okay.
They were
See?
recently discontinued because the company was bought, and they got so much negative press in letters and feedback from customers that the people who bought it brought them back, and so now they're available again. But they were gone for almost a year. It was terrible. They was on
I definitely like Nanaimo bars. I don't know if that. I don't
What
know
is
if
that?
it's candy. It's a Canadian chocolate treat thing that you
Mhm.
make. It's not really. Let me pull up the recipe so I can tell you what's actually in it. So, yeah, it's just considered a dessert.
Oh, okay.
So it's got a layer of chocolate. Then it's got a lot of people put coconut in it. I'm not the biggest fan. But the middle layer is like cream and custard,
Mhm.
and then it's got a bottom chocolate, but it's like it's more of a crust, but it's not a flaky. It's not like a pie crust. People
It's
usually
like a crumbly crust,
it's
like
like
a
a
cookie crust.
crumbly-
Yeah.
Yeah. It's closer to that. People tend to use coconut for it. Again, I'm not the biggest fan, but the cream and the chocolate,
Yeah.
mwah,
No,
beautiful.
here's the thing: caramels, hard or soft?
soft.
So I like the squares, but I also really like what are they? Werthers, which are the hard
Where
ones.
there's the hard ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Mars
Yeah.
bars.
The flavors
I like
there.
Mars bars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mars bars, hell yeah. Snickers, hell
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, if we're going down the route of what
Chocolate bars?
like bars,
Yeah.
chocolate bars. Have you guys had Mr. Biggs? Because I
No,
hear
I
those
ain't
are
not in
pretty
Australia.
Canadian.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard they're like pretty exclusive, but they're wafers. They're like
Oh,
a
so they're more like they're a bit like a Kit Kat then.
they're a bit like a Kit Kat. They're like a chunky Kit Kat. It's like,
Oh yeah,
Right.
well, we get chunky Kit Kats here. We get Kit Kats that are
Which
enormous.
candy is-
plastic.
Oh, the
Really?
big thick boys. It's like a if you took an O. Henry bar and they fucked a Kit Kat bar, that'd be pretty close to a Mr. Big.
I
get
mean,
it. Okay.
the ultimate thing where you have a biscuit inside chocolate is a Tim Tam, which
It's good.
Which
It's good.
unfortunately
We get
you
a
guys don't have, but Tim Tams
No.
are amazing.
No,
Yes,
we
but
we
see-
have one called a sport bar here, and
similar,
it's
yeah.
very good like that. Yeah, and the sport bar comes with the cookie kind in milk chocolate, or I can get it in dark chocolate with hazelnuts. Like it's really good.
Oh, cool.
Chesh, when you say Mr. Big, I think of something else, and now we're back on the vibrators.
I mean, you could use a Mr. Big bar as a vibrator or at least as a dildo if you wanted to, but I imagine the chocolate would melt pretty damn fast. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
you
if
need to go with something British like a Yorkie, you know, because they don't even
That would
melt
be
when they
better.
put them in fucking oil.
Ooh.
Mm. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
think a
that's
Mr. Big would be the best option for you, but like, what? I mean, Mars bars at least have that veiny bit.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
somebody sent the picture of that. They got they'd actually managed. They got a Mars bar which came out smooth chocolate on the outside, and they go, I feel
Yeah.
sorry for the guy who modeled this one.
Who likes Snickers? Who likes Snickers?
Mm.
Yeah,
I
not
do,
I'm
and-
not
and
as big a fan.
I do, but I was very happy that they came out with the dark chocolate version because it was a little less sweet.
Mm.
But I since a kid I've been a fan of Snickers because it had everything. It's got caramel, it's got nuts, it's got nougat, it's got
Have
everything.
you, have you
Like,
tried
Snickers
it's like
used to be one of my favorites, but I can't do nuts anymore.
I
almond Snickers?
I always
I like the
Mr.
almond Snickers. I
commercials.
like them all. Mr. What?
Mr. T commercials, the old Mr. T commercials with
Oh
with
yeah,
Snickers,
yeah,
where
yeah,
you just
yeah.
be like Snickers, get
Yeah,
some
no,
nuts.
Yeah, the Snickers is good for the hangry commercials too. Like people always throwing
Yeah.
Snickers at people. Yeah, it's just really good.
Oh,
But,
that Betty White version was so funny.
Mm.
I mean, I like caramels. Those are pretty good.
Oh,
Or
they're
dairy milks.
yummy.
Those are good.
Dairy
Yep.
caramel. Mhm.
I actually.
How do we
talking
feel about
melts,
cookie?
Do you guys get the
Oh, yeah.
About
melting
what?
buttons for doing your own making chocolate, doing chocolate cooking at home? They come in. The
Oh yeah,
button
like
form
you,
and-
Oh,
yeah, the
yeah.
little
Those things
discs.
are
Yes.
absolutely gorgeous. I normally cooking chocolate is something you couldn't sit and eat, but these things are so yummy.
Yes, the melts that you can get all in all the different colors,
You
like
can
the
get
white
Yeah.
chocolate. That's all the pretty
butterscotch,
colors.
we
Yeah.
got pink
chocolate,
ones
dark
now. I don't know
chocolate.
how they call that chocolate, but they're pink.
Because
What?
it's made from the butter. It's the white
Yeah.
chocolate. That's what, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there'd be a white chocolate.
I know,
that's
like-
just coloured pink. But yeah.
because white chocolate's not chocolate. I don't know.
I like white
But
chocolate though.
I like it. I
Um,
like it though. You know.
I can
White chocolate.
only have like a little bit of white chocolate at a time, but
Nestle's
Black
cookies
Forest
and cream
cake.
chocolate bar.
White chocolate
That's-
is
Oh, I like-
it's refined earwax with sugar.
My mic is low. I'm probably my mic is low because I'm sitting a long way away from it. If anyone's wondering.
Yeah.
No, you sound fine internally, but
Yeah.
Actually,
I- my-
I think he might have been referring to the other Jen.
Oh, as in general.
That she's quiet compared to you.
Okay.
Mm.
She's also got mic noises that we don't
Yeah.
know what they are.
a little bit of crackling.
I don't know.
Yeah, you got a bit
One
of
of-
crackling
one of-
there. I've got crackling in the
Mm.
cupboard, a bag of it. So.
Do you guys get the
Oh,
Belgian chocolate? Do you guys get in Canada or in Australia? Do you get Godiva? Do you get?
Yeah.
Do you have? Yeah, because here that is the best to have with like red wine. If you like red wine, Chesh, and you have. Oh my God! And you put a little Godiva. Like right now, I've got the little dark chocolate ganache hearts, and they're
Godiva
soft
just
in the
sounds
middle
so
and they're hard on
accurate
the
when we're
outside.
talking about this
With
stream.
grenadine,
Uh-huh.
also a grenadine-based
You ju-
drink.
Oh my gosh, yes. And you just put it
Oh.
on, you put it in your mouth, and then you take a swig and you just let it sit in there, and it turns into something totally different, and it's decadent. It's
Oh.
almost okay. It's almost. Here's the hashtag of the day. It's almost better than sex. Almost. I said almost.
Do you guys have?
actually tried that thing where you suck the bean that changes sour stuff into tasting sweet?
Oh
I
no,
so
I haven't.
want
the
to
heck?
try it, but I can't remember what it's called.
It sounds like a Harry Potter jelly bean.
No,
like
no, no.
that,
Well, yeah, it does
Those are
sound like that, but
gross.
it's a real thing. It's a South American bean.
I don't know.
And it changes the way your taste buds respond to other tastes. So after doing that,
Like
you can eat a
temporary
lemon.
or for.
You can actually eat a lemon and it'll taste sweet. It's not tart.
Yeah, but
anymore, so-
I
30
actually.
bucks every flavored beans would be the Harry Potter thing you would.
Oh my God! I didn't make it through. My nephew tried to get me to eat those things, and I made him eat them. Some of them are disgusting. I think there was one that was actually like puke. It's gross.
We're all
Oh,
being
yeah,
accused
jelly
of
nut.
being stoned up our faces because we're talking like we've got the munchies.
No, we're just naked in our room alone. This is what happens. You
Yeah.
got to talk about food.
Yeah, my
Dream of
battery's
chocolate.
dead.
It's Halloween. We're talking about candy.
Yeah,
Yes.
candy and chocolate.
And
and all those
Totally
good things.
justified.
Okay, so
It definitely
if we
put
want
me
to
in
get
the
off food,
mood.
what about tricks? What are the favoriteest tricks you've ever done? I mean, we don't have Halloween in the same way that you guys do over there, but
You mean like prank tricks or like party tricks?
prank tricks like Halloween style.
Okay, my favorite one is taking a pixie stick. You know the pixie sticks? And instead of cutting them open, you can pinch them open. Pinch it open, take out all of the sugar, and fill it with sand. Because motherfuckers never, they just hit it. They just hit it. They just
They
got
do.
mouthful
They
of
do.
sand.
So salt or sand. You're evil. You're evil. I don't know.
And you
That-
know,
that- that's
you know
just
the
evil.
way sand is. Like 3 weeks later, that motherfucker's gonna be eating a sandwich and just crunch.
It's going, yep. That's nasty. Oh, it's like, I don't know. I
That is
made
my
a cake
favorite.
bleed. I made a cake bleed, and I got my nieces to run out of the room at a Halloween party.
Wow.
Oh, that's
awesome.
good.
Yeah. I
Did you
made
have,
like a vanilla cake, and I thinned the jam really, really much, and I made like a little like a tube in the middle, and so then when they cut it in the big V, and it just gushed all out, and I swear to God, they went screaming from the room. They still talk about that party. Like I was that
Oh,
bitch.
God.
I was just like, yeah, that was good.
Glued a
You know.
pig's eyeball to the bottom of a mug and made a coffee for somebody and gave it to them.
Oh, a pig's eyeball, like a real eyeball.
Yes, that's so good.
Boy.
It's
Well, I don't
looking
think
at
I'd-
you.
Yeah.
You have to glue
Yeah,
them
but
or else
was
they
a real-
float. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You have
Oh,
to glue
boy.
them.
Oh God, just
Hi,
Damn,
Neil.
that's a good one.
I had a trick played on me once that I've never done since. I don't like do bad tricks on people. I think that's evil. But anyways, I had this
All right,
car-
yeah, just throw us all under the bus.
and the
Yeah,
door handle-
we're just the evil ones.
We're
Yeah.
just evil.
What kind of handle on a suitcase? It was you had to put your fingers inside of it and pull the lever because it was flush with the door. So it was like kind of like a little hole in the door that you did, and they filled it up with ketchup and mustard from McDonald's. And just, those packets, and so you stick your fingers in because you can't see it. You're sticking your fingers in a blind hole and come out with all over the place.
Oh.
I mean, I think all men should learn to just stick their finger into a hole blindly. They don't need to look around. They should learn to.
Isn't that like the daily process? I don't know. What are we talking about?
Poking
here?
around.
Like the boy who put his finger in a dike. She wasn't impressed, but at least it stopped the flood.
Oh. I have a mouthful of
Oh.
chocolate right now and wine, and that
Sorry,
almost
Claire.
ruined my
Sorry,
laptop.
Claire.
I don't think my laptop appreciated that one. But at least it didn't dribble, down the girls. So there you go.
So what about you, Purple? Have you done tricks on people? What's your favorite one?
No, I really don't like pranks either.
You don't like pranks. Nikki? He's away?
I don't know. I like getting scared as long as I get scared, so scared that I start laughing afterwards. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to get scared and stay scared, but give me that 30 seconds of trauma. Like, like go for it. And that's good. And as long as I'm laughing
Somebody's
afterwards.
sneaking up behind you and tapping you on the shoulder when you think you're alone in the room. Sort of,
Yeah, that'll do it.
you
would
bastard!
Yeah, you bastard. Come here now. I know, I get it.
I was going to
But,
say,
yeah.
I was going to say, I really don't do anything, at least not in IRL anyway. In video games, I do, but not in real life because I don't like having it done to me. So,
Yeah.
but
There
in a video
was-
game, who the fuck cares? So,
There was a whole game. I can't remember if it was for April 1st or if it was for Halloween. It might have been both, but back old school RuneScape days. they came out with an entire joke god, and he was the god of cabbages, and his name was Brassicus Prime.
Did he transform into something else?
No, he was just a giant cabbage. It was just a giant cabbage. And so they had like a bunch of events all based around this stupid cabbage god, but they made him canon. So he's canon to like the pantheon of RuneScape. And it's hilarious. Let me look him up. Brassicus Prime.
Yeah, I just go in with the salad shooter.
Brassica Prime. And he's cheerful, if that helps. Brassica Prime is the cheerful patron god of all cabbages, and as such takes the form of a giant cabbage. It doesn't even have eyes or anything. It is just a cabbage. He claims to command the power of highly concentrated nutrients.
Highly
Likely-
concentrated nutrients.
Yep.
Like a
Likely due to being a giant vegetable, Brassica Prime believes that power comes from deliciousness, probably due to the fact that most fruits and vegetables wish to be eaten to spread their seeds around, and thus, the more deliciousness, the more chance of being picked and propagating. 2007 April Fool's event.
Okay.
There's like a whole like lore and history for this fucking cabbage.
You muted yourself, Jenny, sorry.
I know. Sorry.
He considers the cabbages of RuneScape to be his followers. Brassica Prime also seems to value persistence and has twice rewarded those who've demonstrated it.
It's just like, he rules all the
Describes
cabbages.
the other gods as mere fleshy giants.
Oh.
Brassica Prime is the one true god. He also believes himself to be immune to fire, including the breath of the powerful dragonkin. As he puts it, a roasted cabbage is a delicious cabbage, and deliciousness is power.
Well, roasted cabbage is delicious, so he's got you there.
Fair. I threw some cabbage in my cabbages are underrated for one, and for
I
second.
think so. I like to just slice them and roast them that way, like a cabbage, with the olive oil, salt, and pepper. Just slice it in big wedges. It's good.
I
Okay.
also had when I made my mac and cheese, I threw a little bit of cabbage into the water while the noodles were boiling. Nice addition.
Mm.
I don't understand why people don't like cabbage. It's perfectly fine boiled. Yeah.
I love boiled cabbage. I don't understand people.
I'm not a fan as much of it boiled. My nan was Irish, so I've had a lot of boiled dinner. It probably turned me off a bit. But I do like it roasted or sauteed. Like, I'm a big, give me some good old bubble and squeak. Like, yeah, I'm down. But not
Brussels
necessarily
sprouts I
boiled.
understand people not liking because the flavour is overpowering, but
I can even make a slaw with Brussels sprouts grated. It's quite good, actually.
I love Brussels
They can
sprouts.
be quite
with a little
good,
bit of
right?
salt.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts with a little bit of salt. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
sold.
Brussels
Mhm.
sprouts steamed with salt and butter.
And sauteed with actually something strange. It's a little French, but salt and radishes for breakfast. Oh my god,
I'm
so good.
really usually
Yeah.
very careful with steaming vegetables because it tends to make them like soggy and like
Mhm.
lose their crunch, and I'm not a fan. But that's usually just
Nope.
if you steam them for too long.
Mhm.
Roasted pepper, particularly roasted red pepper, especially if you have an open flame stovetop. Because if you have an
Uh-huh.
open flame stovetop, you can just sit it right on top, and you just turn
And-
that pepper on and just slow.
And then you
roast.
just you peel the black off. It's so good. I know what you're talking about. I have a gas stove. It's good.
One of
and
the
we've
ways
moved
that
from sweets to actual dinner now.
Now we're starving.
We ate the meal in the wrong order, people. We ate
I
the
know.
meal in the
We
wrong
are-
order. But it is Halloween, so
And
that's
I-
acceptable.
Oh, I'm gonna have
There
to
is
get dressed
one
to go out in the
person.
kitchen.
There's one person that deserves to be punished for all eternity that I can think of, because I've met some pieces of work throughout my time on the internet, but only one person I can think of that I've ever like wished bad things upon, and it's whoever decided that breakfast food needs to only be served at breakfast. Whoever
Who did
decided
that?
eggs
Who
and
did
like
that?
omelets and bacon is breakfast food that can only be served at a certain time of day needs to be punished for their crimes.
Yes, because they've obviously never been late. Because who the hell doesn't get breakfast like right after or in the middle of the night
Right?
when you come
2
home?
a.m.
Oh, fuck
2
yeah.
a.m. after sex breakfast food.
Right, exactly.
I want French toast and eggs.
Pancakes.
Exactly. Or
after sex.
pancakes. My thing's pancakes because that's what
Yeah.
I want. Pancakes. You know,
Well,
because you
that's-
can afford the extra calories. You know, you.
That's-
A bit of
That's
maple
why
syrup
waffle-
because I love maple syrup.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. And
Yeah,
bacon. I
It's
don't know. I don't
amazing
want to
how
turn
many
anybody off.
Australians
But
look at me and go, "How can you like maple syrup?" I go, "Because it's fucking nice. Haven't you eaten it, you bastards?"
I don't
A little
know.
bit of
My-
icing
my-
sugar. Oh,
Yeah.
grapes.
Or ice cream.
I'm telling
Ice
you, the
cream.
tone of my voice actually changes at the smell of bacon cooking in the house.
Oh my-
Like totally, I
What
chill
you-
completely out. You could probably get me to do
Apple
anything. with the
pie. Apple pie filling that you've made that
Oh.
you toast an Eggo. So instead of making pie, you take the filling and you scoop that shit onto a toasted Eggo. It's so good.
Jen, where do you get maple syrup in Australia?
In the shop.
Canada.
They come from
It can't-
Canada.
yeah,
Yeah, it
'Cause-
comes
'cause
from
that's where we
Canada.
get
but
it.
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
it.
Mhm. Or Maine here. Yeah.
And people do like it, but a lot of Australians would rather have golden syrup, and I'm like, it's not the same. It
And it's-
really
if you
is.
But
take
that's
maple
sugar.
syrup, one of the best things about Eggos and why you use Eggos for this is because apple pie filling has like this thick syrupy
Mhm.
sauce to it,
Right. Mhm.
and it gets in all the little
All the little.
pockets.
I
Oh,
could see that. I could see
Claire,
that. Oh my god.
You have to
oh,
try.
good.
You cook some nice crispy bacon, and you make pancakes,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put a bit of maple syrup and butter on your pancakes, and you roll the crispy bacon into it and eat it as a.
Yes. Yeah. No, I do. I
Yeah,
do.
you
And
do
you
that.
know,
Oh, yes.
we already do that, and I make them thin. You know, English style
Yeah, so
pancakes,
they're
much
almost like a
thinner,
crepe,
and
yeah.
yeah, okay, like that. Yeah. See, I
Mhm.
don't belong here. I need to be adopted. Somebody start a petition. I need to be adopted.
I actually,
Do not
given that
belong here.
Canadians are into bacon, I'm assuming that bacon wrapped
Okay.
in pancake actually
Listen,
started in Canada.
yeah,
Would that be
I don't.
right, Josh?
We also make maple
Probably.
bacon
Probably
where we
Josh's
candy it
fault.
with the maple syrup in the
Yeah.
frying pan. We actually candy the bacon with the maple
Candy
syrup
bacon.
in the frying
I've
pan.
never done that.
Oh my god, it's yeah, and
Oh, that
better
sounds
than that,
nice.
they dip it in dark chocolate.
I'm gonna have to. I don't have any bacon. I'm gonna have to go to shops, buy some bacon. I'm pretty sure.
Listen,
some
I had a
syrup and
boyfriend-
make some
I
candied
have a-
bacon.
I had a boyfriend at one time that this is one of the only ones I regret. I didn't have him long enough because that he showed me how to make that, and he used to make that and put it in the refrigerator for me for when I got home on Friday nights. Like, damn, I should
Candy
have kept that one.
bacon,
Mm.
candy bacon and ice cream.
Yes, you know, definitely.
Mm.
Yes, I'm with you, Chesh. But I'm probably gonna lose you here because one of my favorite things is goat cheese ice cream with balsamic
Oh, I've
sugar,
never had that.
balsamic
Never had
strawberry
goat
swirl.
cheese ice cream.
Oh, you macerate the strawberries with balsamic.
Oh, I thought you
vinegar
said
and you can get-
masturbate for a second.
No, well, almost because it's that good, Jen. It's that
That
good.
good,
I
okay.
promise you. And goat cheese ice cream, it's just it kind of tastes like cheesy cake, like an ice
I like
cream
a
that would be
cheesecake.
more
Oh,
cheesecakey.
I love cheesecake.
Right. So it's a little more healthier for you. It's a little less sugar because I guess I don't have that big of a sweet tooth. But when you macerate, which is not the same thing, Jen, it just means put sugar on it, let the juice come out,
I
which is
know.
pretty close,
Like-
but not the same.
I mean,
Put a little
Alright,
sugar
it's
on
a
it and
quick-
let the juice come out.
It's a cooking term that doesn't necessarily mean simmer till done. Okay, it's not. Okay, but you just sprinkle a little bit of sugar and then you add yes, Jess, don't look at me like that. And you put the vinegar on it and you let them sit overnight. And they turn like incredible tasting, the strawberries. It brings out all the flavor of the strawberry, but it gives you that salt and sweet like kind of thing. And then you swirl that into the ice cream. And I'm telling you, you won't need your vibrator when you eat this ice cream.
You could use your vibrator to eat it. You put,
No,
you know,
I'm telling you, by the time you get to the end of the
Claire,
bowl,
you dip it in and then you lick it off the end.
oh, my gee-
Hey,
Well, that's
I'm
not
just
doing
gonna point
anything
out-
for me, but I'm sure partner's happier than hell. But
yeah.
damn, I just.
I'm
I don't
just gonna
know.
Point this out. I'm just gonna point this out.
Why is ice cream? Why
My
is ice
character is
cream
not
so-
amused.
Why
You
is
had to
ice
say
cream so
goat. You had to
effective?
say goat cream.
I'll try one more time. Why is ice cream so effective at making you feel good when you're down, you're depressed, you're sad or something? And you grab a pint of ice cream and sit on the couch and eat it, and you feel so much better when it's done. How does it do that?
Probably a few different reasons. One of them is that it's literally marketed that way, and you're told from a very young age that it will make you feel better.
Placebo is a
It-
big thing.
It also, if you've got a lot going on in your life and you're stressed out, and this is now the time that you've decided to sit down and fucking stop and only focus on your ice cream, that's gonna just be stress relief and healthy on its own, because you're just letting go and nothing else is happening right now, and you're focused only on that ice cream.
And it's cold,
And so,
so
like,
it
the mental
draws your
state-
focus too because it's cold.
Right. So right. And then on top of that, it's also sugar. It's also a bunch of sugar.
Yeah.
Eh.
I'd still rather have a block of chocolate though.
Mm.
But
I mean,
why
if it's
not
chocolate,
both?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not understanding the
why are
problem
those
here.
two things mutually exclusive in my head? You can get a
I
flake
have-
flakes and shove it in your ice cream, and then
I thought you were gonna say shove it in your ass. I'm not gonna lie.
I just.
yeah, that wouldn't be a good idea with a flake because they really do melt quickly.
It's fucking cold. It's like a drumstick.
Drumstick up your butt.
Oh,
All right, so I have this thing that I did when I was.
Rim it out.
I mean, it's still effective. I don't have to do it as often as I used to, but I used to get bad cravings, and so I didn't like dealing with that. And so I decided that every time I got this craving, I would train my body to want something specific, because I got really tired of just like, I need to consume everything because I don't know what I want. I must consume the world. And so to stop that from happening, I started every time it would happen, I would get myself the same meal and then not do anything else. Like, don't eat anything else, just get this one thing. And so now whenever I have cravings, if I need to deal with it, I can just go and get that one thing and I don't have to
Would
worry.
that one thing
And
be
it's
mac and cheese?
fantastic. No.
No.
So, you want to know what it is? Because I spoiled myself because it's certainly not small. I got myself a Big Mac combo with like large or medium fry, a 10-piece chicken nugget with sweet and sour sauce, and a strawberry milkshake.
wow.
Yeah, you made sure you weren't hungry afterwards so that you couldn't.
That's right. You were
crave.
not hungry
Yeah.
afterwards.
And
Yep.
Good thing it
And
keeps you
something
from
that-
eating something unhealthy.
Yeah. The thing is that it's not really about whether or not it's healthy. It stops me from over consuming too much of literally everything.
Yeah,
Like-
that's got to be 3,000 calories that you just named.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Easy.
keep in mind, I would only do this once every couple of months, maybe. Like, this is only if I was like, oh my god, I am dying right now, and I need to deal with this. It's
I
causing
mean,
me
in all
problems.
honesty, if Chesh did that every day, she wouldn't look like the Chesh we know.
Very true.
Well, unless you're doing something right because she's so tiny and cute.
I weighed myself today.
Yeah, I saw
people
that
have-
post.
I don't. Yeah. What the?
Yeah, like I want to know, like what is the problem with 104? Like that's more. It's not a problem.
No, it wasn't that it
Your
was a
height,
problem. I
that
was
would
just
be
yelling
about
that I'm
right.
not only am I, yeah, it was more about like I am short, and this is why is 104 a real weight that I weigh? That should not be a real weight that I weigh. But also, that's like, I haven't been under 105 in a long time. So like I tend to the most I've ever weighed is 120, and God, I don't even know how long it's been since I've been 104. Like it's got a decade at least. So like maybe early 20s, maybe like high school. So if I'm down to 104, like it's going to be one of those things where okay, it's time to start putting on some weight and putting on muscle weight instead.
Right. Well, yeah, muscle weighs more. It's just if
Pretty
you
much.
start working out, yeah.
Yeah. Well, me and Steve were working on that fitness thing, right? So,
Butt
Mhm.
muscle
sorry,
weight.
Jenny, are you trying to say something?
Jenny?
What?
Sorry, I thought I heard you try to say something, but I didn't catch it.
No, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Steve and I were doing that fitness thing. So I didn't think I was like doing that great at it. But I was just like, I mean, I'm doing it, but I don't really feel like I'm doing it. You know what I mean? So weighing myself today and finding out I had dropped like, because usually I hover somewhere between like around 107. So anywhere between 105 and 110 is about normal for me, depending on where I'm at in my cycle, yada, 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 yada. So being under that 105 when I have not been in so long was like a pleasant surprise with being successful in the fitness attempt stuff. So I'll take it. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I'm just
I wouldn't
surprised.
complain, Chess. You're a good weight for your height, so it's good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Unlike
thank
me, who needs to lose some weight.
Sell those bars of chocolate.
It's all yeah, that's definitely all those
Candy,
bars of fucking
bacon.
chocolate.
But yeah, no, I'm not. I do my best to not deprive myself of whatever it is I really want to eat and focus a little bit more on making sure that my quantities are reasonable. So instead of being like, oh, well, I'm never going to eat McDonald's again, or oh, well, I'm only ever going to eat salads. Nah, that's not good. It doesn't work for me, and it's not
I
really
don't
a
think
good
it works
approach
for
in
anyone. If you
general.
start denying yourself things, then all you do is
Yeah.
want them more, and then you go and binge. Which is why most people don't keep weight off when they lose it.
Yeah.
Is that you end up binging because of the way that you cut down. Yeah, you need to cut down, but you need to cut down evenly so you're still getting the things that you enjoy, because otherwise, you just crave them too much.
Yeah, I caught myself drinking like an absurd amount of orange pico tea, which I put milk and sugar in. So what I did was I ran out of it and I didn't buy more. So when I didn't buy more, I switched over to drinking green tea. But then I realized I was drinking too much green tea and it was starting to cut my digestive tract. I was like, oh, that's too much. That's too much. So now what I've done is I've got like a nice balance where I'm like, okay, listen, I'm going to have one tea in the morning, use very little sugar in it, use very little milk in it, and then have green tea for the rest of the day if I'm going to have green tea. But I also drink water.
Mhm.
There's also
Yay, water.
Do you drink it cold? Do you drink the water cold or room temperature? So-
I do- I do all
prefer-
three.
I prefer it cold.
I will drink it. So usually if I'm laying in bed, I would rather have it room temperature.
room temperature.
If I just pull it out of the fridge and I want something cold, I'll pull it out of the fridge. But one of the things that I used to do a lot of, and I haven't done it too much recently, but instead of drinking tea, I'll just have a mug of hot water and just drink that if I'm cold.
I put water bottles about 1/3 full in the freezer, so then I take them out and put water in them. Then they stay cold.
That's a good idea. I just reuse the same bottles over and over again. That's why this one's crunched.
Same.
I used to drink like a gallon of water a day out of bottles,
That's a
which
lot.
I also use. But my doctor said I can only have a half gallon a day now.
I struggle.
Was you worried about water weight retention? Or?
Heart issues.
Belinda in the chat said all my cravings went away when I started fasting every day. I don't know why though. That's actually really interesting because so fasting there's like intermittent fasting, which is really effective for some people. For some people that like works beautifully. I can't
really
do
works.
it. My sleep patterns do not let me. My sleep patterns do not allow me to do this because I can't set. I was like, oh, it's 7 p.m. Don't eat anymore. But I'm awake till 4 a.m.
I started doing the intermittent fasting, several months ago now, and it's been just marvelous for me. I do the one where, you can structure it differently for your own tolerance and preference and goals and stuff. I'm doing the one where you fast for 16 hours and then you can eat during the 8-hour period of the day. And when I initially started it, I dropped down 40 pounds in a couple of months.
Cool.
And
Mhm.
I'm continuing it, and I expect it to be very beneficial. I'm in this Reddit group of people who do it, and everybody who does it and can tolerate it, that it works for them. They lose great amounts of weight. People down 100, 150 pounds in a year, and all that kind of stuff. And what I do, you talk about when you're up and stuff. I'm up late all the time, and that what I try to structure is so that I eat something just before my period of allowed to eat ends. So then I can go 16 hours, which I try to apply to when I am sleeping. And then when I get up, I have something within a couple of hours after getting up. So you kind of stave off the hangries. And both know that you're not eating because you're asleep.
Have we got a
And-
troll in
and-
chat there, Chesh?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw you.
I took care of it.
Yeah, I saw you took care of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Doxing is not cool.
Mm.
Right. Do you want it gone?
It's already gone.
Chesh has got ops, so Chesh got rid of him.
Oh, there you go.
Womp womp.
Yep.
Yeah, I've already seen a couple people in here that I know that are not super duper fans of me, but I don't mind. Nobody has to like me. I don't. It's all right.
Look, as far as I'm
You don't have
as far as
feel
I'm concerned,
intimidated.
there are people who I'm friends with who I know don't get along with Chesh or don't like Chesh for whatever reasons, but they don't decide who I'm friends with.
Mhm.
And that's the thing. So if you're in my chat and you're saying things, you might see other people on my stream that you don't like, etc. This happens because I'm friends with a lot of different people in the community, different communities. I choose who my
Right.
friends are, not other people. So people will appear on
Well,
my
that's
stream
been-
because I get along with them.
Yeah. Right.
That's the same with
Just be
me
a-
because, I mean, Jen, as you know, I've come and hung out in your channel, and
Yeah.
there's people that don't exactly come and associate with Chesh or Steve because of certain reasons, but I try to stay cordial even though I have my own opinion. But I still stay cordial, and I'm friends with some of them.
Nobody's obligated to like me. I don't know why people seem to think
No
I'm
one's
offended
obligated
if
to watch
they
the
don't.
stream either. If they don't want to
Yeah,
listen
fair.
to Chesh, then come to a different stream that I'm doing or whatever. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
You-
I don't
you don't
understand
have
that.
to.
So I own your guys' channels too, didn't
oh
you
yeah,
know?
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
95%
Chesh,
of
you're not
everything.
meant to know that.
Oh,
See, I don't even.
sorry,
Yeah,
my bad.
see, yeah. I don't understand that kind of behavior though. That happens to me all the time too, from multiple different communities, and I'm like, it's not that hard to be a damn adult, people. Like,
Yeah,
just,
exactly.
I just want to come out and have fun, but hey, listen, if
Exactly.
you need to scram, I can scram.
No,
No,
So what
you
you're
don't have to
saying
scram,
is-
Chesh. We want you
Mhm.
here.
So what
That's
you're
right.
saying is Chesh isn't the goddess emperor of the YouTube, right?
Well, if you are, dear, you better get to work because my channel's just like, we need
Yeah,
to do
you
something.
should
Like,
have
come
dressed
on.
as a goddess. That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
your channel,
This
no,
is-
your Claire, your
Well,
channel
she's
is
at least
staunchly placed in
topless.
hell where it belongs.
Well, damn, you think it'd be doing fucking better, don't you? God, jeez, you think? Oh my God, you think it would be doing so great if it was? Oh my God.
I mean,
love
wow,
Claire's
if you could actually sell your soul, I'd be expecting a million subs.
You're gonna sell your soul for 1 mil, like that's all.
Yeah,
No,
I think
that's
I'd
the
want
same.
more than
I'm-
that, to
I'm-
be honest. But
It's so
oh, no,
it's
actually,
funny
I
because
wouldn't care
you're
I don't think
reminding
I
me
have a
of my.
soul, so
I-
they...
Mhm. I have a troll, a sock troll that hits my DM after every single mayhem, and they do actually accuse me of trying to steal people's souls on that show. Yeah. Mhm. Yes, yes.
The goal
How
of
dare
this
you.
channel is
How
to
dare-
send your
how dare
soul
you.
straight to hell.
How dare you laugh about your sexual undertones? Don't you know what you're doing to people? I'm like,
Please
what?
tell me that you
This sounds like the same person who
undertones.
complained when we were
I'm like,
having a good
I
discussion
did,
about
Chesh. I was like,
rape.
What?
When we had that discussion,
Oh.
it's discussion
Mhm.
about rape and rape survival.
which wasn't about.
Yeah, it was
Wasn't really about rape. It was about media treatment.
media
and
treatment
the law
of it and how to
right,
cope with
mhm.
that and surviving. That survival
Mhm.
Yeah.
techniques.
Mhm.
You know, if you're somebody who's
No.
and yeah, that was horrible.
I got some. You know what, Jen? It's like that kind of stuff follows me everywhere. Don't matter. I don't know. I mean, just yesterday, I had nothing to do about something, and I got screamed at. Somebody was cursing me out on a stream. I had to go up there and say, "No, you are mistaken. That didn't happen. I don't care what you say. I'm sticking up for myself." I had to defend myself against something that never even happened. I was like blown away. I was
I don't know what
just
that's
blown
like.
away.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm amazed we haven't
Oh
had
no, you have
kickback
no
from-
idea, do you, Chesh? No, not at all.
I'm
You know,
amazed we
it's-
haven't had
it's just-
kickback from Thursday's stream yet. To be honest, Claire.
Oh, really?
Why would we? If no, you didn't see the what the fuck the Chesh and Karma and I did. Like we went balls to the wall, so we didn't get. And you know what? There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it because you go watch that stream. We got our opinions out. We let the other opinions
No,
show,
I've
and it
seen
was
that
more
stream.
about the legal. It was more about the legal part of it, and nobody said. That's the only time I did not get crap in my DMs. Matter of fact, that was a good fucking day. The next day, I should be
People know better
celebrating
than
that.
to send me shit in DMs because
Yeah.
I will put
Yeah.
them on blast so goddamn
Yeah, I love
They-
the fact that as
they
soon
do.
as somebody gives you shit on your YouTube comments, you pin it so everyone can fucking respond. I love it.
Here, listen. You read this shit. You see this. There was. I'm already starting to get a little bit, not too much, a little bit of pushback on my stream from earlier today about Canadian atheists, and I'm like, bruh. So what did I fucking do? Because this guy fucking. Oh my god, this guy. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I want to read it directly because it's fucking dumb as shit. I was making a joke, right? Because I was like, "What is it you do? Like you're presenting yourself like as you're an activist group. You're taking donations, but you're a company." So I was like, something fraud, something scam, blah blah blah. Like I literally typed the word something. Like it wasn't even like I'm not kidding. These are the literal words I wrote. And then they were like, "Oh, we take this very seriously." So I was like, "Okay, fine. Here's some screenshots about what I think is problematic." And then they said, "It appears you're refusing to provide us with details about fraudulent activity, which is unfortunate. If you are not comfortable with reporting to us, your alternative is to submit a complaint to the RCMP."
Right.
Which is not the section of the government that would deal with this, by the way. Here's how to contact the Richmond RCMP because they're in Richmond, British Columbia. So what did I do? I typed into Google, "How do I report a fraudulent / scamming business in Canada?" And then I retweeted this guy's tweet and then posted my retweet as a response under his post that just says, "Actually, if you're going to report fraud, you would do it here," which is, there's a whole bureau about it that's run by the government of Canada, which is the Canadian Anti-Fraud Center, and they have an email, a website, and a telephone number, which I screenshot and threw it. I'm like, why are you trying to fuck with me? So now I gotta fill that out later. I'll probably do that tomorrow because like I'm gonna do it.
I'm like,
Fuck them.
It's like some people just can't take any criticism.
And then immediately
No.
people were like, "Oh my god, Chesh's trying to get this person fired." I'm like, fired from whom? They
Like
are
it's
the
his own
president.
website. Like he's he owns the whole thing.
There's no indication that a single other person works with this group.
It's
Like,
a one
as,
man
like,
band.
employee. No, one guy. So I'm like, who the fuck is gonna fire him? Himself? What are you talking about?
And he's gonna do it for bad press too. I'm sorry, it just got.
I've been cancelled.
Oh my god, this bitch read my website. What an asshole.
No, I'll bet he cracked open a bottle of wine. I doubt very much he's even complaining. He's just thrilled.
There's such like a degree of like what's the word, like, of separation between, because I don't understand this, because I've seen people get mad at it a couple of times and saying like, oh my god, this person got this other person fired because of what they talked about on their stream. And I'm like, okay, hold on. One,
How's that possible?
did you show your employer the stream about? How did they find this? Two, why is somebody showing your behavior getting you fired my fault? Like, I feel like maybe.
I mean, that would be like
You just-
complaining. Like,
You have
I
absolutely
got to
too
prison
much
because
control.
I went to prison because you told somebody that I killed someone.
I
How is that the
shit you
fault of
not.
the person who...
I have seen people make that argument.
Oh,
I
what?
saw people making that argument, saying like, "Oh my God, how could you talk about this thing that happened to you with that person? It's your fault for." I see people bringing it up with like
so
Stephen
victim
King
blaming.
Joy.
We're back around to victim blaming.
Yeah, why would Steve? How could Steve do this? And it's like, why are you mad at Steve for you're tattling? Like, what the fuck? Kyle, all this bad stuff. Kyle would have never gone to jail if it wasn't for Steve. Why is Steve doing this to Kyle? He's ruining his life. It's like, I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure it's
How
Kyle that's
dare
ruining
you.
Kyle's life.
How dare you show
What?
bad behavior? How dare you? How dare you?
How
Just hiccup.
if you're a solo business
Against
partner,
it.
how can you get fired?
Mhm.
I don't know. But I went looking through this website, and I was looking for two very specific pieces of information. I wanted to know how their money was being spent and who worked for them or with them, like who
It was
was
just-
like they mentioned something about having a lawyer, and they mentioned something about having having a fraud. Report this to us so that our fraud prevention department may investigate / consult legal counsel. I don't fucking believe you that you have a fraud prevention department, bro. Like, who works for you? Where? And there's none of that information exists.
Right.
One guy. Anyway, so I just posted exactly. And I was like, this is how you would report this, by the way.
Why are people so obsessed with what other people are doing to raise funds? Should it matter at all why somebody is raising? If it's we're talking about private people. We're not talking about listed, registered, actual charities. They have to be responsible for what they're doing. If they say they're nonprofit, they have a responsibility to do that. But if Jane Doe is out there and she's soliciting for whatever, whether it's breast surgery or she just would like to buy a new dress, who cares?
I don't think
And
it matters as long as the person is actually
Why
honest
do
about
somebody-
what they're running,
why do so
raising
many
funds
people
for.
that it's their business to whine and cry about it. It's optional. You don't have to donate anything to them. Who is it?
Well, that
hurting?
was one of the weird things about what this group had said on Twitter. They said, well, it's anybody can donate and choose whether or not they do or don't. It's like, okay, yes, people get to make that choice about whether or not they decide to donate to something. But when you present what they're donating to as something that it is not, then you're lying to them.
Yeah, that's my problem. I think there has to be. You need to have a form of honesty if you're fundraising. You need to actually be honest about what you're fundraising for. And that honesty could just be, hey, I need a little bit of extra cash, throw me some cash. And that's
Well,
fine,
exactly,
because if you at least know what you're donating to then. But if you say,
Right.
and I'm going to use an example from the community, if you say, I need to raise money for cancer treatment, and then that's not what the money's spent on, you've lied to the community and ripped
That's
them
a
off.
problem. Right. Just be
Fraud.
transparent. Transparency is paramount. I mean, if you're going to do anything like that, it's just about the transparency. Just
Yeah,
be
if
honest
you're
and
Right.
open.
Right.
Do what
if
you're going to do.
say-
Yeah.
If you're gonna say I'm a group, I'm an atheist group, and you're
Of
one
one.
person, you're already lying.
You should have said, I am an atheist group of one.
Yeah,
You know,
you don't know. They might have multiple personality disorder.
Oh, now that's a whole legal argument there.
Then
Now,
maybe
that-
they should say so.
yeah, but
Real
no,
quick.
But then can they or can they not? Because multiple personality people only have the rights of one person, not all of them. So no, they cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, it is
And
my
then there's also you also get into this problem of like, hey, we're going to take donations, and the difference between the word donations in different connotations. If you're a business asking for donations, I question you. You don't go to Walmart doesn't ask for donations, right?
Yes.
You don't. That's not a thing. You don't
And
do
here-
that.
Here's the other thing: when you're using the word donation, and someone's actually making a donation, your rights to what's done with that money after that is kind of stops right there, because it's like
Yes.
the charity, like you're giving. It's like, yeah, you don't get. This is what infuriates me. That little group of people that like to say, "I want to see the receipts. I want to see where everything went." I said, "No, you gave me $25. It was a donation. It was charity." I was like, "You gave it away. That's it. That's it."
There's a degree in where it would make sense and a degree where it doesn't. If you're talking
Not-
about like charity organization, they need
Right.
to be keeping track of those funds.
Only
If it's
because of their status as not having to pay taxes and what they're collecting it for. They have a general
Yeah.
purpose and they're outlining it, and they have to prove that general.
Brilliant makes a really good point, because I was going to bring it up with Tim Hortons, but they brought it up with McDonald's. McDonald's asked for donations to McDonald House. Yes,
Right.
specifically McDonald House, not donate to McDonald's.
Right, exactly.
You know what I
And so
mean?
they say exactly where they're going to put it, and then they are not required to actually. Well, in some instances they are required, but it is just good business practice to prove that if you're asking that this is where it's going to go.
Yeah, they're
Specifically,
required.
that you can prove it later that this is what you actually did with it, and that builds your
But that's-
reputation and makes you credible, and there you go. So I get that part, but I'm just talking about the individuals, like not.
Right. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why separation between that. I'm not talking about a legitimate registered charity. Like McDonald House. That's their 503c, and they have to follow certain laws and regulations about taking donations and reporting that and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
But a private, like recently, the community got together and bailed me out of my problem of blowing up my damn car. Needing transport out here in the middle of nowhere.
But you were
And-
open and honest about what you were fundraising for. My point is, even if you're an
Well, yes,
individual raising money,
exactly.
that
But
the line
let me
there is
finish.
honesty.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a big question mark about it, because they I'm not going to get into the actual detail of numbers, but they put together X for the donation. I used part of X to do one thing with getting the car, and the rest of the X is going to be with other parts of the car which haven't come up yet, but they're going to, and so that
Right.
money is just sitting there waiting. So somebody asked me, well, what are you going to refund that money? Well, no, they made a donation.
Well, we didn't.
for the goal of getting me transportation, and this is part of having that transportation to make it dependable.
Right, and that's the line for me there. That's what I was talking about, Jenny. They gave it to you for the car fund, okay? And if it's going to car things, why are they like trying to specify what car things like that could be?
There's
Like,
something about being
Yes.
like, there's a line between being a exorbitant outside of the means that was initially
Right.
dealt with versus this is the main thing. Then there's a couple of other things that are going to have to be like smaller but related to, and it's not exorbitant, right? There's
Right.
John,
Well,
Because
what
you
I'm
need
saying
to
is
check
that
the Twitter
I'm not
group.
going to- I am not going to
Okay.
Yeah.
produce.
I'm sure when they donated, they didn't put a little thing on it that said, okay, here's the $25, but only if you haven't reached the X amount that you said, and please refund it if you did. Like, I'm sure they didn't put that note on there, right? So,
I mean, you run into this problem when you see
I'll
stuff
have
like.
to rotate people in. That's the only problem, Perps, because I.
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
get
I
paid.
can take off
Oh,
soon.
are you
I'll
limited?
just-
I could drop out.
I'm limited. So no, don't drop out yet.
I-
Josh. I don't mind rotating people and stuff, so that's fine.
no,
There's one thing when it comes to donations, and you see the same thing that people make about like tax breaks and like welfare and stuff. They're like, but what if they use the money to buy a phone? What if they're using the money to get Starbucks? They shouldn't be able to afford Starbucks. It's like, oh, fuck off, dude. You're giving the money to help the person live their goddamn life.
that is
Well,
so
that's-
offensive
Getting
to me.
their car fixed. And on her way to get her car fixed, she spends $2 on a fucking coffee using that
Right.
money. Good.
Yes, like
See,
Your
that's not
mental
charity.
health and
Like,
welfare.
That's not charitable
for
giving.
Hold on.
Maybe.
Hold on.
That
Hold
mindset
on.
is not of charity at all. Like that just blows me away.
Hold
Like-
on. Now that I'm back,
Hmm.
I got something to add to this because my computer crashed. Because I
Oh, that's
That
what
was
happened.
stinky.
it froze up. I could hear all you guys. You guys, if I probably would have spoke up, you guys probably would have heard me, but everything locked up. So I just reset my computer. But I had something to say, and while I was resetting my computer, it was this. I did something similar. Everyone remembers my GoFundMe. I was very open about exactly what that money was going to be spent on, and I even put the caveat, whatever else I need to cover other expenses to supplement from my paycheck. And even the people who did donate, I'm not going to say exactly who,
Beat me
But-
to it, Chad.
but there are going to be people, that were like, oh, I don't care. I gave you the money. And other people are like, oh, okay, so that's what you spent it on. And here's, and that was the reason. Okay, I'm fine with that. As long as you're open about it, it should never be an issue. And I don't know why people don't, in certain cases, did not want to be open about it.
There's this, I mean, you can come up with reasons for a lot of different things, and you can come up with bullshit for a lot of different things. The line that I was drawing with this Canadian atheist group is that they were presenting as if they were an activist group. They were presenting themselves and asking for donations as a business, presenting themselves as if they're a charity or an activist organization, and they aren't. There's a big difference between somebody on YouTube being like, hey, yeah, donate to me or whatever. You're basically asking for tips. And somebody who is presenting themselves as an activist group when you're actually one guy and not doing any activism. I encourage people to actually go and watch, because I went through their whole website. They had no information. There was no information about their taxes that you could find. There's no information about how much money they were spending on any of the things that they said that they were doing or they were affiliated with. There was no information. They said, oh, we're partners with the ACA. We're a partnered member. And it's like, well, what the fuck is a partner? Are you just giving donation? Are you taking the donation money that you're getting to have your group join up with the Atheist Alliance? Like, is that you're donating enough to become this level of a member? Or like, what the fuck does this mean?
Right.
Most of the stuff that they were saying that they were doing as activism is all promotion.
Hi, Doc.
So like it's not actually you're not doing anything. You're just promoting other people's stuff, which is great, but you don't need donations for that. There are some things that like, oh, I wrote a letter, or the president wrote a letter, and it's like, oh, congratulations. None of it had anything to do with atheist activism. Nothing. This letter touched on none of anything related to any kind of religion even. And so I was like, and the last thing they did, or they were like active on, was 2019. So it's like, so it's been a year, and you haven't done shit, and you're asking people for like $41 a month, or sorry, $41 for a year, but you're not doing anything. And they had a lifetime option, and the lifetime option, so you don't give yearly, it's like a subscription, is $1,500, which means you would have to join for 35, somebody did the math, 35 years before that lifetime option would be equivalent.
Wow.
Yeah. So at what point do you consider something like this a fucking scam?
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought that most places, if you join for a lifetime, you're paying for like 10 years. But you get the lifetime, not 35. That's...
Yeah. Like, and the more you look into it, and the more that I found out about it, because this was just tertiary. I just saw this. This came across my feed on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, this is some bullshit." So I went and looked at it, and I'm like, "Oh, it's worse than I thought." And I did a quick stream on it. I didn't even like deep dive it. I just read through, took a look at the president's Twitter, which is trash, looked at and looked through the website. And I'm like, this is bad. Like, this is bad. And like some of the links to their resources was just, other people's shit. Some of the links on the site to be like, oh, find out more information about what we're doing with this leads back to the same page that you're on. Some of it leads to a couple of websites that I saw for definitions were getting, of course, they're getting the definition of atheism wrong, but also that, like, of course, they're using like absolute nonsense, but they don't even present.
So they're doing rock atheist definition.
They're doing rock atheism, yeah. They're doing rock atheism, and then saying there's no dogma, but also saying that we're using the prescriptive and the descriptive definitions, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? That's not how that works.
If you're going to start being prescriptive with English, you can just fuck off. As far as I'm concerned, English. All languages are descriptive. They shouldn't be prescriptive. That's why languages evolve, and languages should evolve. So fuck off. Don't tell other people how their definitions have to work for themselves. I mean, if you're talking about in a general populist sort of thing, there are accepted definitions in certain fields like medicine and things like that, and we need those to communicate. And they're accepted definitions, but it's still descriptive and not prescriptive.
Right. Yeah, because it's been what society has decided to describe this thing as.
And they change.
It's like
don't think that a definition that we had 100 years ago is still applicable now, because it probably isn't. Well, some
or will
are,
be
but
100
not all
years
of them
from
are.
now.
Yeah, or 100 years from now. Yeah.
Are you saying this guy is taking the word atheist and telling people what they have to do to be atheist? Is that what you're saying?
And to become a member, to be considered to become a member of his group, you have to pay him money.
And do you have to subscribe to his meaning of atheism? Because that sounds very Ken Ham to me.
It certainly seems to be the case if you're going to be interacting, because they basically, if you want to become a member, you have to have there's an application form. And so you have to send the application form with a minimum of like $40+, and then you'll be considered through your application.
Oh, you're considered. It's not automatic. So not all atheists are atheists.
Tell him.
You wait. He right. He knows. But yeah, I encourage you. For anybody who's interested, I definitely recommend reading through it, because the definitions, the website that it takes you to. Not only did I click on it, look at the website, and be like, I feel like I'm gonna get a virus, but also. It is. You would think you would want to utilize an academic source of some kind, right? Like, you're trying to be professional. You would think, you got a whole anti-fraud division, supposedly. Like, you're not just completely full of shit.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi,
Doc.
How are you?
Hey, Doc.
Well, I regret I don't have zombie tits, but I do have urban horror tits.
That's
So
that's
they're
right. Your
Are you gonna
avatar looks
slap
like something out of a
people with your
horror
angry
movie.
vagina?
They're undead
They're-
tits
what?
nonetheless. So
What were we talking about with Aaron? Was that swinging vaginas? I can't remember.
Yes, that asshole tried to swing a vagina at us to make his point, and it didn't
How do
go
you
over very
swing a
well.
vagina?
He just thought that mentioning that we had one would win the argument.
Oh,
like
I
we
see
had
what you mean. I was
nothing
gonna
to say.
'cause-
So he tried to swing a vagina at us, failing to realize we're quite familiar with vaginas and know what to do with them.
and he probably isn't.
Stuff gonna have to be
Yeah.
proactive.
We kind of caught it and just put it back on him. And, this is what the ballists do all the time. I don't know. It didn't go well. That was the whole. I'm trying to remember his name. That's the funny one. What is this goddamn? What is his name?
Are you talking about that high guy in Menace?
Yes, that high guy. Well, God, we know. I don't say that other name. That just like the.
Don't say their names; they'll appear before us.
Ricardo, you know you should have your meat and veg for dinner.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. No.
I, on the other hand, have no idea what to do with a vagina, but I'm willing to learn.
I'm very.
There's always hope. If you're willing to learn, then that's half the battle right there.
That's all you can
There you
ask for. There's one person trying to give me. There's one person trying to give me sass in my comment section for talking about this atheist organization, saying I'm punching down, and I'm like, how the hell can? I don't have 3,000 subs. How am I punching down at somebody with a following of over 4,000 on Twitter?
You are punching at an organization, not an individual.
Yeah, right.
Yes, as an individual.
I mean, the organization may just be one individual, but that's irrelevant. They're claiming as an organization, in which case you are a singular person punching at an organization.
I'm not even a big person. I am very small, as we discussed.
Yeah, that's a reach. That's it. Yeah.
You're a small goblin.
I don't know how am I possibly, how could I possibly by reading their fucking website, voicing issues that are very blatant, is punching down.
Honestly, Chesh, I don't think there'll be too many people other than children you could punch down at.
They gotta be under like 12.
Yeah. I really shouldn't have said that. Someone's gonna cut that and play that.
Most 12-year-olds are taller than me. Some 7-year-olds are taller than me.
I hear you, Chesh. I'm only about an inch taller than you, I think. It's like I'm just 5 foot flat. I am short.
Ricardo said I thought the organization was at least 3. I cannot confirm. I was unable to confirm whether or not there was more than a single individual, but they are talking an hour and a us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's hard to say. Couldn't find them. There were no names, right? There was nobody listed.
Absolutely big, fat, stinking hunk of nothing. I gave me a headache. I had to drink. All right, I'm gonna get out of here and let you guys have some more fun.
I think I might wind up anyway because we've been going for like 2 hours. I'm sorry, Doc, but I'm getting at the point in the day where I'm gonna have to go and do stuff. So and it's late.
I'm actually lucky to be awake this early.
Yeah. Well, good morning.
Well, it's good to see you, Doc, because I haven't had you on the stream for a while. So.
Yes, it's great to see you again too.
Yeah. All right, so I want to thank everyone in the chat. You've been awesome. It's been some good.
It's a great chat tonight.
It's been a great chat. Yeah. Thank you, Chesh, Jenny, Claire, Nikki, Doc, and Purple for joining us, because it wouldn't be the stream without you guys. And it's been a lot of fun. We've talked about a lot of different things. We got serious at the end here, but you got to get serious sometimes, and you can't always just be talking about vagina yeast.
I'm sorry.
When it comes up organic,
it can't all be about vagina yeast at all.
It comes up organically like that vagina yeast comes up organically when it raises that bread.
That's what I was going to say. Didn't we start with yeast, with natural yeast raised bread, and we ended up with swinging vaginas? I mean,
if you're going to do it properly, you have bread and beer, and you can make them both from the same yeast.
I don't think. Well, I guess you can. It's been done.
Yeah, it's been done.
I don't think well.
I'm just glad I'm. Well, it's nearly lunchtime here. I'm just gonna have to be really careful about what bread I buy now.
Yeah, I think I'm off bread for a while, actually, to tell you the truth.
I understand why somebody would think that they should try.
I blame Chesh.
Bread yeast smells wonderful. Vaginal yeast does not.
If it makes it feel any better, 1, you can blame me, and 2, if you are trying to lose weight, lowering the amount of grain intake and bread you're eating, usually a good starting spot.
So if you imagine all the bread that you're offered is made from vagina yeast, it might put you off it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dieting techniques for people.
Diet trip.
Same with the beer, because beer's not good for you either. So
Ugh.
for putting on weight.
Well, neither is fructose corn syrup either. So
Yeah, that's real bad.
Well,
for
you can just imagine that it came out of a factory from Gwyneth Paltrow, and it's especially kitschy smell flavor.
It's specifically goop bread.
Goop
The
bread.
goop. I'm done. I'm so
Okay,
done
we
now
are
with
so
that.
winding up now. on that note, okay, thank you everyone. Before I go,
This is why I'm not invited anywhere.
yeah,
This is. I'm so glad my
midnight?
bathroom's closed.
Midnight Claire, Mayhem.
Yes, midnight tomorrow.
Midnight there will be Mayhem.
Mhm. Clothing optional, humor mandatory.
Oh yeah, definitely. Clothing optional,
Mm-hmm.
much like this, except that we're not live. We're all avatars,
Mm.
which makes it easier.
Shimmy,
Mhm.
shimmy.
Shimmy.
Mhm.
You got something else coming up, Chesh?
Oh, what day is it? Is it Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday I have a Keeping Up with Katie Joy if you're interested in that garbage. I'm could
Who
be
is
getting a right. Oh my god. There's a lot of nonsense that's happened. She got in a fight with Keemstar, kind of funny.
That was hilarious. That was
Well,
really
'cause
fucking hilarious.
I love how he slapped back. Like he's really good at doing the Katie slap. Yeah.
I'm also going to, if it's available to me by this Sunday, I will go over the actual filing that's going to be filed. Because right now it's just pocket service, so it's not filed through the court yet.
Mhm.
It's still official. It's still legitimate. It's just not. The Minnesota. Anyway, if I have access to that, I will be doing that. If I don't have access to it yet, I'll do it as soon as the Sunday comes up when I do have access to it. And Monday is probably Judgment Call. Steve's been he's working in lawsuits, so we haven't been able to do it too much. So maybe Judgment Call will be on Monday. But if it's not, I'm playing D&D for charity on Monday night. So.
Hey,
That's
one
what
quick question. What can you synopsize in 1 or 2 sentences the Kyle status?
There is he showed up to his last court date. He said that he was going to get in touch with Steve's lawyer to meet the purge conditions and that he wanted to get himself a lawyer. So far, no lawyer has filed for him. He has up until probably next Wednesday or next month, maybe
Wednesday.
To file.
The court date is the
Court has
9th,
to
so he has
have-
to, yeah.
Yeah, he has to a week prior for that. Anyway, he has a court date on the 9th. But as far as I know, he has not contacted Steve's lawyer whatsoever. So.
Okay, that's enough. I don't want to, belabor.
Yep, that's
it'll be
that's
later
currently
anyway.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for the 9th right now. Really.
Bye, dog. Jenny, you got anything happening?
Nope, not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. Nikki?
no, unfortunately, no, I don't. Not right now.
Alright, and we've got Doc back. Welcome back, Doc. Doc, are you doing anything at the moment? Hopping on people's streams? Or
I
anything?
I usually just hang out on Purple streams when I can.
Oh yeah, always catch Purple streams. Purple's not here to shield for themselves, so Purple streams on Thursday midday. Is that right?
Wednesday.
Wednesday midday
Wednesday
and
noon-
Thursday
Wednesday
midnight.
noon. Yeah, and she has switched to 10 p.m. on Thursdays
That's right, switched to
because
10 p.m.
she's
Which time zone?
working on her sleep schedule and stuff. So.
Central.
Oh yeah, Central Time. Yes.
Yeah, Central. So yeah, if you want to catch up with Claire and me sooner than Midnight Madness, we'll be on Hereticals in the morning for Claire, evening for me, and I can't remember what time it is, but we'll be talking about Cunthoven. There was a little snippet of it on Six Pack last night.
How to do the money. Yes.
Yeah, the money.
How to make
How
the
to
money.
make money.
Kent Hovind style.
Style,
Yes.
So that should be a bit of fun. And aside from that, Matt and I should be doing a stream. It won't be, obviously it won't be in that time slot because we're doing that, but Matt and I are looking at doing a stream in the next couple of days where we will be yeah, we've got a couple of things on the plan. I won't say exactly which one we're doing because it depends on what guests we end up with. Because it's we're not as organised as we should be at the moment. Because Matt's pretty busy and so am I. So
it happens.
It happens. Yeah.
It's that time of year, like everything.
Yeah.
I know my Sunday stuff
Matt's trying to finish off his
canceled.
doctorate, and he's not getting much time at uni, so he's having to use whatever time he can to get his doctorate done, and that's way more important than doing streams. So, and of course, I'm busy with everything else, like my brother and that. So, you know, family and health stuff comes first. So. But yeah,
Absolutely, in real life.
keep an eye out. There'll be another one of these either during the week or next Saturday because they're always fun. And then it's nice to hang out with our tits out. So thank you again, everyone in the chat.
Have a great
everyone
weekend.
on the panel, and we will catch you on the next one.
Happy Halloween!
Bye, all. Happy Halloween weekend. Bye, all.
Happy Halloween. Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Bye, all. Bye, all.